Because we do have earnings coming out right now, and it looks like on the bottom line it is a beat on both the top and bottom line. Net revenue coming in at $7.93 billion. That is above estimates and also well above what we saw last year and last quarter. In terms of earnings, Goldman made $3.72 a share. It's slightly lower year on year. Last year, Goldman made a $4.49, but definitely better on a quarter basis. And Laura, your favorite number as comes out, the FICC sales and trading revenue coming in $1.9 billion. That is better than estimates. It looks like that would be about a 15+% market share. They had a 14% market share, but that seemed now to have risen, and it's definitely better than the first quarter.
So you said the FICC was 1.9?
1.93. Yeah, yes. So FICC sales and trading 1.93.
Okay. The analysts that we had looked at before had an estimate for 1.8 for FICC trading. So that is definitely better there. And I'd be interested if FICC has been rising that much, probably overall trading with the equities, even if that weighed down a bit, is probably up too. We'll check on that for sure.
And earnings per share looks like $3.72, which is again above about a $3 even from the estimates. Although we should keep pointing out, compared year over year, it's still well down.
Yes.
I mean, across the board, whether it's revenues or earnings per share or net income, it's all down substantially.
Interesting. I'm wondering if legal costs have come into play here, because last quarter we did have a high legal expense. Perhaps that's dragging down the overall bottom numbers there.
Oh, that's a really good point. But good perspective, David. But nonetheless, to me, that FICC number really stands out. So fixed income, currency, and commodity trading. So the big story that I found going into this is that Goldman had a 14% market share before this quarter. JP Morgan had 30%, Citigroup 27%. So the idea is that Goldman could increase it, and they did. They increased it by 15% or more. There was concern that they wouldn't be able to do that after the stellar quarters of, as you point out, also Bank of America. But nonetheless, they seem to be able to deliver. $1.93 billion is that. In terms of equity trading, I'm now getting that number right now. That is actually coming in a little bit light versus estimates. Equity trading revenue at $1.75 billion. That's also light quarter on quarter. And investment banking revenue, I know, Laura, you were looking very closely at that at $1.79 billion. That was above estimates. So FICC better, equity lighter, investment banking fees stronger.
Right. Just looking at my tally here too, that bears out. Investment banking, we were looking for 1.475.
And it may turn out to be important or not, but this includes only 1 week of post-Brexit. When you're talking about trading, we don't know exactly what happened in the aftermath of Brexit.
And no one has talked about it. So hopefully Goldman will be asked about it.
Maybe it has no effect. Maybe that's right.
Too early to say. It sort of seems to be
that is
getting
the mantra,
from everybody, right?
Yes.
But equities, nonetheless, I mean, that does kind of stand out to me. So the first quarter was 1.78. Now they're down to 1.75, and that was lower than estimates. So that's sort of an interesting point as well.